Welcome back to the adventures of Ratel, the mighty corrupt prince. Let's pretend I haven't just recorded this entire episode once before already and found a pretty big problem with what's happening right now, but I'll cover that in a second. First thing I want to ask is an idea that was sent to me over Discord that I've been thinking about for a few days for doing with Series B. Series A? What series is this? The other one that's not this one. You know, the one with magic and shit. So there's a mod, a pretty massive fantasy mod that I've not played on the channel before, but it's a Lover's Lab mod, which, for those of you who don't know, definitely do not Google that, but let's just say it's probably not suitable for minors. And by probably not, I mean probably not suitable for anybody, especially not minors. So the issue is, I really want to do it, because I think it'll be an interesting series, and like I said, it's rare that I haven't seen CK2 mods before, and I'm having to go to these darker corners of the internet to go and find it. But I run the risk of obviously getting into some hot water with YouTube for doing it. You know, I've seen channels who feature Lover Lads mods be completely demonetized. So it's a risk. I mean, obviously I'll edit out all the shit bits, and I think it will be. I think it'll be fine with some fair editing. Obviously, I'm not going to clickbait it, put up anything in the thumbnails, or do anything like that. I just want to look at what looks to be a unique fantasy style mod that just happens to have some very adult parts to it that we can always gloss over. We don't have to worry about that too much, huh? So let me know what you think. I want to know if you guys are interested before I commit to doing something like that and potentially ended up in YouTube prison. So give me some feedback. It's the Dartwood fantasy model, something like that. I would say I put a link to it, but channels that put links to this website do get banned, so not doing that either. If you're interested, I'll stick a link on Discord or something. Links in to the Discord or in the description, so go with that via proxy. So why have I recorded this episode once more and scrapped it in favor of doing an entirely new episode? Well, to be honest with you, the anti-papacy is ruining more than I realized. So not only is it preventing us access to this system, but actually there's very, very little we can do, because a lot of our abilities as a playable theocracy here, we're essentially playing the worst version of feudalism I've ever played in CK2 right now, because we lack all of the systems that make it interesting to play. So what I've done, I've done a couple of things. In the behind the scenes, I've made it a lot more restrictive to be able to establish anti-papacies, so that the Holy Roman Emperor isn't going to fucking butt wild and power mad and destroy the faith. What I've done in front of the scenes here is he's found his way into our prison. He's found his way into our prison, and I'm going to click the button that ends the anti-papacy, because to be honest, it's a little absurd. And then that's all it does, right? We end the anti-papacy, we're going to send him on his merry business, and that's it. That's it, we're done. Now, to be honest with you, I was originally going to try, and the original way I framed this episode is, you know, we'll use the Lucifer's Own societies, try and kidnap the anti-priest, kidnap his heirs, kidnap his heir, maybe kill the current antipope off, and then we'll have the new antipope in our prison already, and the anti-papacy that way. It just doesn't work. None of it is particularly that easy, and none of those features were available to us. Sometimes we could see the antipope's heir, sometimes we couldn't. It was all very, very complicated and just didn't work after multiple attempts of trying it. So honestly, I know it seems a little bit scummy to do it this way, but the point is, we're trying to do this mod, aren't we? And we can't do it while there's an antipope. So like I said, made it a bit more restrictive. It's still possible, though, and if that comes up again, then I'll accept that as part of the difficulty and we'll roll with that. But I've already made the game difficult enough without the game's mechanics being like, Kaiser time. So let's get back to business. I'm not up for shit or going full-blown Lucifer's Own Satanist society ruler. We've already done enough. The whole point is still to become the Pope, and Pope for our dynasty's sake, not Pope just to cause trouble and assassinate and murder and be a big shit. So I think, thank you, Lucifer's Own, you've really helped us to balance out, you know, Catholicism. We got rid of the old shitty Pope. There's now a half-decent Pope in the Vatican, by which I mean an okay Pope in the Vatican. He's got 1990, mastermind theologian, he was crowned by some other guy, erudite, honest, gregarious, zealous. He's only lustful, really, that's setting him back from being a decent Pope, versus the last guy who was a complete dumpster fire. So honestly, we got some good things out of it, but I think we are going to bounce from Lucifer's Own, because we did a big series on Lucifer's Own not so long ago. So I think, what is that? The Art of Lovemaking. Ah, cool. Okay. Well, I mean, if anybody's going to write a book on that, you know it's your boy Shittle. What does that do for us? Oh my god, fertility, sex appeal, and diplomacy. You know what I want to do with this man instead? We're going to leave Lucifer's Own. We're gonna try out a different side system, maybe even Hermetic, because of course they were, well, last time we saw them, they were going for scholarship. They're now going for religious warfare. That's never a good sign. Now, something else I found out during my last video, what I definitely scrapped, is this one here. Now, just because there's an antipope does not mean that the Pope doesn't care about, you know, the rest of the religion. You know, we didn't set the antipope. We didn't necessarily have any loyalties to the antipope. You still gain church influence, even if you're not, as long as you're obviously a priest, some other various things as well. But we aren't the antipope, realistically, so why the hell would this guy care? I mean, he would still like us. We'd still be treated as part of the church. So we still have points available to spend. That's what I'm getting at here. So there's a couple of interesting things we can do with this. We can obviously sell influence, trade our church influence to gold, which seems a bit pointless. Influence succession, so we can help... We can get the Pope, basically, to help out with our elective succession. Right now, we've got our son, obviously, in line to take over from us, so we don't need to worry about that. But in the future, it could be a nice way to help guarantee things without necessarily going to our direct liege, particularly when papal investiture becomes relevant. That's going to be kind of a big deal, right? So we do need to consider that system. We can also... This one is cool. I actually found out what this one did. These suggest Palatinus. That is how you say that, right? Palatinate, like the hills, right? What are in Rome. Anyway, not important. What is important is it basically allows you to send a person to Rome to join the Pope's court, and they are considered a voter for intents purposes for doing votes. Obviously, we can't do any votes right now because we're just a random priest in the middle of nowhere. We have to be like a prince, bishop, or a cardinal or something like that. But you can essentially stack up the papal court with a load of people in exchange for a load of influence. Each one of those guys has votes. So if we send a load of people who perhaps like us quite a lot or related to us and go for the nepotism and that side of the corruption thing, we could potentially rebuild the papacy, rebuild Catholicism by our own design, by corrupting it from within, by sending what is essentially loyalists into the papal vote. So it's a really cool system. It's going to be quite complicated to get that going. Then, of course, we can just straight up ask for a seat in the college, which would be fantastic. Then we can ask for a theologian as well, if we need a good physician or something like that, I guess. Why don't we write another article, because it went so fucking well last time. Work hard. I think we're always going to do that, particularly while we're a smaller character. Make a donation. Yeah, I don't see the downside to doing that right now either. There you go. We can also buy influence there as well, which we just straight up trade gold for the society currency. We're not going to be doing that when I say society currency, for grace, essentially. We're not going to be doing that this time, because we don't really need it for anything besides a seat in the college. And I think, like, our guy is already 40, and he's already pissed on a lot of bonfires. So I don't think he is a guy who would ever be accepted as a cardinal, let alone preferatus, and very much let alone pope. One of the subjects of preferatuses in colleges and cardinals and popes and all complicated Catholic shit. It's actually really not that complicated. It's really not that complicated at all. So someone in the comment section yesterday asked me if I could briefly explain it. So it's very, very simple how it works. If you're a feudal ruler, you can select a candidate to apply to the College of Cardinals. You can then fund their campaign. That will give them a certain amount of points. They also get points depending on their piety, their piousness, so whether or not they've got the virtues, kind, patient, diligent, etc., etc., whether or not they've done virtuous things, and obviously if they've got bad traits like cruel, paranoid, whatever, that will count against them. If with a combination of their own character traits, the campaign fund, they are beating the expected next cardinal, or they are the expected next cardinal, obviously, they will be moved on to the college, at which point they get a vote on who becomes pope, and eventually your bishop or cardinal or whoever it is you elected might find himself becoming pope. And of course, if you go to all that effort, you've got a very friendly pope suddenly sat in Rome. It's also kind of a pain in the ass to do it with that method, I'll be honest with you. But you, as the, say for example, you're the Holy Roman Empire and you vassalize the Pope, you can use that to your advantage quite heavily by, say, for example, getting one of your dynasty members elected Pope. You're like a brother. Not that they ever did that as popes, or a cousin, or a nephew, or anything along those lines, really. So there's a lot of ways you can do corruption, but it is very, very straightforward. You elect a guy, he gets into thing, gets his own vote, and then he eventually gets elected Pope. That's kind of the gameplay loop for it. Doesn't really do much, I hate to say it. Oh, wow. Wow. That's cool. He's immediately, having left Lucifer's own, having regained his faith because of the deposition of the antipope. You know, it feels like he doesn't have to work behind the scenes. He doesn't feel like he has to so militantly restore Catholicism. He's become zealous again. He's seen the light. He's a born-again man. He's redeemed. But not quite that. Definitely not quite that. Well, actually, the more I look, the fucking worse it gets. My God. Okay, let's stop looking. He's a redeemed man. He's incredible. He's back to being his old priestly self, back dedicated to the church. Till I come up with another nefarious deed. Like, for example, what can we steal now? Emmerich Diert gains the trait ambitious. Absolutely does. And that makes another kid hate us. I fucking hate that event. It's so garbage. So, let's look for A, in my religion group, preferably, oh, you know what? Byzantine Emperor. He'll have something tasty for us to steal. What you got, my man? Oh, Roman equip. That's cool. Look at that. Battlestar intended to bolster organization and morale on the battlefield. Is landed, is a commander. Gives 25%. You just need to be landed with a commander. That's fucking nuts. Wow, that's very good. So he's got the Imperial Diadem, which obviously we can't take. He's got that one equipped. He's got that one equipped. We could steal the Holy Hand Grenade. You just have to be Christian for that. Quality 5. Those, I believe, you can chuck at people in war. and then they are consumed. They give some very powerful bonuses, but they do disappear because, after all, it is a grenade. So that could be quite good to steal for potential crusades that might be coming up soon, don't forget. What I am looking for is obviously the classic Christian artifacts, your nails, your true crosses, the Jesus's, the Jesus's foreskin, and whatever else is available to us. To be honest, actually, jokes aside, the Holy Preppers might be pretty good to start off with, given that we are gonna be a priest, and having babbies is going to be slightly harder than just finding a wife. So let's see. Did Jesus really have this much foreskin? That's not something I thought I'd ever say. I forgot for a second that we've got the mod that adds the quality ID. So say, for example, it's like Iron Man friendly. It also doesn't have an extra trait and potentially fuck up save games. But say, for example, you want to find all quality 5 artifacts, you just type in 5 into that, and then there you go. There they all are. But I thought for a second that meant he had 3 of Jesus's foreskin. My man's playing with the bratwurst. Right, let's get... Not in that way. Right, let's get ourselves a steel artifact. Holy Preppers. That's going to be the fertility bonus that we kind of need. It also gives 0.5 health. Has it always done that? That's a hell of a bonus. What the hell are we doing with it to give it a health bonus? If anyone's seen the Human Centipede 3, you know what I think he's doing with it. Right, let's buy that one. But I say buy it as if we're not going to break in and steal it. Who should we take with us then? We need someone to sort of round out our stats a little bit. We've got very high intrigue, okay learning, good stewardship. Actually, good stewardship and good intrigue. Let's just bear that in mind. So we're looking for a good marshal, especially, which is why I immediately went for our marshal. Turns out he's fucking awful. Spy master. Spy master is a better marshal than than he is a spy master. Brilliant. My friend. 20 stewardship. Who is this guy? Oh, it's kind of Helm of Essex. Well done. Of Saxony, sorry. Who is from Essex? That's confusing. Kind of Helm of Essex of Saxony. Great name. Or we could take our son, or Delinda. I think I'm going to take the spy master who was a better marshal than a spy master. Come with me. Wolfgang, we're going to go and steal Jesus' foreskin. We've arrived at... Oh, no. Hungarian names. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say it how it's written. I'm going to say it how it is written and how you would say it in English. Herkeg, Kasanad, Pongradsk, the money pincher of Kasanad. that guy's capital. What do we want to do here? Do we want to convince some servants to let us into Jesus' foreskin? Do we want to force our way inside of Jesus' foreskin? Or do we want to sneak in through the window of Jesus' foreskin? I'm going to go for the 77% chance of success on that one, if you don't mind. We're in. Hacker voice. Circumcision voice. Oh, this is bad. Am I going to edit all this out? Probably. You managed to evade most patrols to come outside the treasury. 2 board guards stand between you and your prize. Let's not phrase it like that. Rush them before they raise the alarm. Or pose a servant and give them poison drinks. Look over there. It's Jesus' balls. Do we win? Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Good work. Now that you've dealt with the guards, you're free to search treasury for your target. Time is short and the treasury is filled with documents, jewels, and many miscellaneous items. Search frantically, making a lot of noise. Split up to cover. Please don't use that term. We're referring to a foreskin. Search carefully for the item. 67% chance of success if we... depends on our administrative capabilities and heavily on your accomplice, who is apparently more skilled than us. 67% chance to steal a very Christian artifact. Big fuck. That's not good. We've taken too long. We were not able to locate it, and now we are being dragged before. There he is. There's us. Our accomplice is somewhere else, I would assume. Surrender and hope for the best. We will be imprisoned by this man, along with our accomplice. We can fight our way out. Success depends on your combined physical strength. We've got a grand total of 12. We are also a frail, fat man. What? Frail, fat man? How the fuck does that work? I've never actually really put that together before. I guess he's just very weak and half unit. Okay. Fight your way up, but there's a lot of them. What's the chance of success on that one? 19% chance of successfully escaping. 54% chance of escaping. Oh, no, being wounded and going to prison. 27% chance of just straight being imprisoned. Okay, that's a 19% chance. Demand an audience with their liege. There is a 21% chance we'll be automatically executioned. I think, my friends, we is going to jail. God damn, that's the first time I've seen him without his hat, and I don't know what I expected, but that was not it. He has the hair of a much, much younger man. You failed in your heist, now you suffer the shame. Could have been worse, I suppose. Lose 250 prestige. He does have the hair of a younger man. Was it brave? What does he say? You know.
Oh, fight like a younger man.
I don't remember. Does anyone remember Bane? Right, what have we got here? 70 gold already. Why, yes. I think I will actually take that one, my friend. We could try and bust our way out, but for 70 gold, when we're not spending it on much else. My liege, I have an idea for a monument. I don't believe a priest would fund a gigantic golden monument of ourselves, but given that this is shittle, it's absolutely on brand, so that's what we're going to do. A giant shittle surrounded by 7 golden women. On the plus side, that was a really good excuse to choose our focus. Which is, of course, exactly what I want to do. Should we go for Master to do? Oh, we can't because we're missing a cock and balls. Right. What would be a good one to go for? I mean, scholarship or theology seem like the obvious choices, but I'm not so committed to the whole... Where's he stood? Is he in the fucking spawning pits of Isengard? Where is that? Look at this. Or he's outside the... What was that, Blackpool? I have no idea. Let's go for... Oh, I don't know which is the best to go for right now because we're a tiny little count. Business focus, and we focus on upgrading the church. Try and get more taxes. We can send the taxes straight up the tree to the Pope himself, who won't be with us for much longer because unfortunately he has the Great Pox. I'm clearly not that blessed. And then with that, we might be able to force our way onto the seat of the College of Cardinals. So we'll buy the supporters, we'll buy the influence, we'll do everything we can to prepare ourselves to get onto the college. Is that dynastic? It is dynastic with the Scoto dynasty. What does that mean? Does that mean that if the current pope dies, a new pope will take over and we'll lose our succession? Or sorry, we'll lose our favor on succession? I have no idea. Let's go for a hunt. Title of Spy Master. Ah, my friend, you might have made a mistake. Is there any way... Now I wish, in hindsight, we'd have selected to spy on him instead. How do we go up from here? Is now where I start playing regular CK2 and we stop worrying so much about the priestly stuff and we start fabricating claims, etc.? If we're going to be fabricating claims on our immediate neighbors, I mean, we're up against castles and cities, which have both got more men and more gold than us, respectively. So, we're going to have to really pull it out of the bag if we're going to do that. We're going to have to get friends in high places, maybe marry our kids off to... Should be doing that. Marry our kids off to dukes, lords, ladies, anybody? Anybody who will take them? Ah, fuck, okay. Strong, stable geniuses? 15. 15 with attractive. Shit, okay. I'm going to look around this fine, jolly green earth and see if we can't dig up some nice men to marry off to my daughters. You won't join our court. You also won't join our court. Instead of... Oh, shit, that's already set to any. Let's try genius. We got any genius men that want to join us? Oh, fuck. We got Eugenio. That's close enough. Quick? Nothing. Astute? Nothing. Prodigy? Nothing. There's a powerful man. Oh, but he's a bloody priest. I didn't even think about powerful. 48-year-old, and there is a court chaplain who definitely will not marry my... Hang on, he's not a court chaplain officially. He's just in name. He is also old and covered with measles, and I feel like that would not be fair on my daughter, so that's why I'm going to send him a gift and invite him to court. I'm just going to hire some nobles. I'm just going to hire... I would not normally do it, but we're going to really, really struggle to get people to our court as crappy, random, disliked, I mean, known devil worshiper or whatever else. Actually, we'd never actually got court. We just got blessings of Mammon and magical corruption. But besides that, we actually didn't get any negatives. Cruel gives vassal opinion. Well, they wouldn't care about people who got invited to our court then. Yeah, genuinely, I think we got away scot-free with all of our devil dalliances there. That's quite nice. Either way, it's still going to be difficult to invite people to court because almost everybody is going to be higher tier than us in the game. So they can either be equal or higher tier. So we haven't even got that going for us. You are going to marry my daughter, whether or not she likes it. There we go. Perfect. You marry her. Maximina, Piatina, meet your husband, Adriano. Don't get too close quite yet. I'm sure it'll be fine in a week, or it'll be dead within 2 days. As for my other daughter, matrimonial marriage. Fucking, this is bad, isn't it? 16-year-old, he'll do. Courtier in Yilland, thrifty clerk, and charming. There you go. Or yours. No longer have feelings for my lover, Stanislava. Like I said, he's a man of the cloth. He's converted back to his old Catholic ways, which, bearing in mind, his only Catholic ways that we've really done so far have been all the other women. Right, what else have we got lined up for us here? So my son, we can't marry him off. He's coadjutor. That makes a lot of sense. We've got Emmerich de Ert. Now, you've got to bear in mind, if we want to send people to the papal court, I imagine we probably can't send them off if they are married. So, that is something to consider here. Select a spouse. Get married at 15 now? Maybe that's a... Get married at 15 now? What? Oh, we're into betrothal. Ah, makes a lot of sense. Anybody will do. Anybody with any congenital traits, preferably. To be honest, anybody is fine. She'll do. Mine hardener? I certainly hope so. Maybe mine son's hardener. Right, there we go. She'll do. And plus she had, what was that? Midas touched? Was it Midas touched? Excuse me. It was Midas touched. Oh shit, she's club-footed. Well, let's hope we dodge that one. She won't be dodging much else. Right, let's go for a matrimonial betrothal between him and... Maybe we've got people at court. Oh my god, we can marry him off to our lover's pox-ridden lover. Lover's pox-ridden lover who's also been... Okay, what about her? 17? She also our lover? Okay, she's just coursing. It must be one of the debutantes that we invited to court. You be trained in martial. Oh, I actually did forget to set up their secondary educations here. My bad. You can be trained in... Oh, intrigue. Very nice. Sambor. I didn't rename any of them. Shit. To be fair, I think I did say yesterday I would rename them if we were going to play as them in a sort of, like a confirmation style, I'll take a new name to celebrate my newly found faith type of thing. Sambor. Let's arrange you a marriage. Who wants to marry lovely young Sambor then? Fuck it, Matilda. Honestly, I'm just want to line them up at this stage. Did I marry everyone off matrilineally? Matrilineally betrothed. You absolute moron. Break the... Oh, fucking... I knew I'd do something like that. Right, let's try this again. Looking through the list. 17 with Midas touched. She'll do. Wait, was she not the one I just married off to my other son? I guess not. There we go. Nice. Okay. So you're married off. You're married off. You are... Fucking god damn it. Ooh, actually, she would be better. Courtier in Serbia. It will accept it as well. Oh, no. The monument promised by... Oh, my God. I was joking about having him surrounded by 7 women, you moron. Some people in the crowd cover their children's eyes as the statue is unveiled. It's a couple in the middle of lovemaking. It's not exactly presented in a tasteful way. Haha. 69,420. Tear it down. We lose lustful and gain chaste. Oh my god, the redemption arc. Hell yeah, I'm on board. Oh, that's right, Blackpool is obviously very famously decadent. There we are. Thanks, Hulk Hogan. Thanks for your daughter's hand in marriage there. Appreciate that one. So let me just make sure I haven't fucked up any of these others. So she's matrimonially married. She's matrimonially married. He is not married, can never be. Betrothed, regular, betrothed, regular, betrothed, regular, and that's it. Fantastic. Okay, so I've not completely screwed up the succession yet. Oh, we've already got Cruel. Doesn't matter. Oh my god, this is not a redemption arc, is it? So us and our liege are, because we're swaying him, have decided to go and torture prisoners. What's going on in the Byzantine Empire? This is the year of the punched right eye. My god, the Kaiser's not in a good place, is he? Swollen ankle, wounded. Oh, is that his ankle, is it? We start... People obviously can't have more than one wound at once. That's ridiculous. We start testing out the different tools we have at hand, and they quickly work our way through a couple of the prisoners. They almost look spiffy after we're done with them, and I have to say, we're being quite generous as we leave them mostly intact. Let's see how far we can push one of them. I decided to see how far I can push a specimen and keep it alive. We gain Cruel. We've already got that. Take it slow and see how long they can withstand it. Are you two okay? Do we need to call someone here? See how far we can push them. That seems good. Yes. So massive success, and most of our specimens stayed intact though the tests we did. Throughout the tests we did. Not to mention the fun we have. Next time will be even better. Good work. Brilliant. What a fucking... Just an absolute nightmare of a man. And still, nobody cares. Hugo seems to have fun with our little experiments and talks about how he would be invited back again. Brilliant. I do feel like we've grown somewhat closer throughout our ordeal. Why is he into that? Oh, he's also cruel. Maybe he just picked that up from the event. Interesting. And now he's severely injured, but he lost his black eye. What happened there? Okay. Oh, does that mean that we've got an open position potentially? Yeah, so we could throw someone at the Pope now as it basically, like I said, it's basically a courtier. They moved to Rome. Now, what's interesting about that is being in Rome actually counts towards the College of Cardinal succession. So, for example, that this guy, if he was in Rome, would gain some bonus to his score. I think it's plus 100 or something boring like that. But it is interesting to consider. Do you want to make a... I did say we want to start building up. The only thing I'm concerned about is when we die, we might lose it all. If I knew that this was permanent between, like, obviously within our dynasty, as it is normally, that wouldn't be so bad. Both the assassins. Wow, okay, fair enough. Let's see how it goes. I'm not gonna commit all of our money first. Speaking of committing our money, here we go. High recruit bandit steel ship. I mean, our guy's not particularly skilled. We've got gregarious, so that's one of the challenges down. I don't believe we have high enough learning, do we? Actually, I think it's 12 that you need to pass the event. High recruit bandits to steal the ship. Don't take... or do take the priests along, because we actually have gregarious, so we can take them along, get the money out of it, and still succeed in the event, in theory. Here he is. We are going to visit my man, Ishmael the Cruel of Maghreb. Your expedition has reached the realm. What shall we take forth as a token of friendship? 12 strong horses. Then I'm also going to whack him with a gift, or at least I thought it would. Do you want to Do you want a book about how Shittle did a fuck? Classy, occasionally crass, but always reveal... Me. Okay, thank you. Moving on. I don't like this. I'm in this picture. Dinny, you notice Ishmael the Cruel's face growing red with annoyance as he glares at you with his stubborn shoveling stewards into his food with his steward hands. Bonifacio is only acting in accordance with his religion, so we actually do have high enough learning to walk away through that event. Doesn't make any fucking sense. Because we are gregarious, we can now walk away through this event, and in theory, watch this 3 to 1, boom, we've done it. Oh my god, we actually did it. We got the best outcome. Unexpected, given that he's only got 4 opinion of us. As you spend more time talking to him, you realize you have a lot more in common than mere business interests. Winky face. I've gained a friend and a profitable agreement. Become close friendlies. 156.3 gold, thank you. 150 prestige, a trade route in our capital, which is actually going to be quite significant. It might not pay for itself if it comes to renewal. Stewardship +2, and then business contacts. Very nice. Greedy. No, we're a reformed man. Oh, God, that hurts to not press that button, though. Hang about. We can still request claims and shit. And there's a lot of female rulers kicking around that the Pope probably not a big fan of. This is really interesting. I don't know where half these places are. Well, I know where some of them are. Where is this one? Show me. I'd like to see it. Would very much like to see the title. That's okay. I'm thinking, let's move from the pathetic rank of just a church to the slightly less pathetic rank of a handful of churches. That'd be quite nice. Request to get... So Trier is actually more than willing to give us one on. Brandenburg. That would be quite nice. Form ourselves the Hanseatic League. That's, of course, a big duchy as well. Okay, cool. What the fuck are we going to war with the Byzantines for? Oh, my God. The Holy Roman Byzantine Great Conquest of Serbia. Okay, that's an interesting one to go for there. What's he got? 27,000. It's rare you see a HRE attacking the Basileus and not the other way around. For example, every other series we've done in CK2 where the Roman Empire falls apart. The Holy Roman Empire, that is. Okay. Don't worry about that one. I'm going to focus on the Pope-related things. I'm going to see what the best title we should go for. Bavaria, that's actually not too far away. It's much closer than the other one. It's also a big duchy, isn't it? It's like 2 provinces away from where we are right now. It's just a province away from where we are right now. Just going to go through Brescia. Oh, that'd be good. Why is he saying yes? Base religion is -50. She's a woman. She's a child. We've got piety. We are the same culture as the Pope. He likes us. We're zealous. We're patient. Interesting. Female children he really does not like. I could see that being useful. Aquitaine is also another quite large Dutch title that we're not too far away from. Oh. Not the Kingdom of Aquitaine, of course, you moron. Hey, sir, please, may I have another? By which I mean Bavaria. Thank you, Papa Bless, please do. Oh, claim has been granted, you madman. Okay, let's take Bavaria then. Who's got it right now? Obviously that tiny girl, whether the fuck she is. Okay, she's got 1,800 men. We have 782, but we do have 325 gold in the bank account. We can also borrow money from moneylenders, but if we do that as a priest with temple vassal opinion, that becomes a bit more significant. Borrow money from the Jews. Is that more forgivable or less forgivable? I don't really know. Oh my god, we can also buy indulgence. Oh, there's so many different routes towards the Pope to actually make him like us. Maybe we should invest in a horse as well. Do we want to bankrupt the realm, essentially, for Bavaria? Holy shit. Wow. I like your flag, though. That reminds me of a certain powerful dynasty that we had not too long ago. I'm thinking we'll also join the Hermetic Order. Actually, to be honest, if we get into the... If we get Bavaria, we could join the Imperial Court and actually try and do something with this as well. Take the religion and take the Empire. For the time being, let's go for... Let's try and write Magnum Opus, shall we? I mean, there's no reason not to do it with every character. I'm sure we can blitz through this. But anyway, we've got so many learning bonuses anyway because we're already trained in learning. So this seems like a fairly sensible one to go for. And we're patient and we're shrewd. So fuck it, why not? This shouldn't take too long to hopefully get some good points acquired with those guys. I'm doing it. Let's go for Bavaria. Let's just do it right now. Pull the plaster off. No planning. No thinking about it. Can't declare war. Why? Help me. Oh my god, we've got to get independence first, you moron. Yikes. Didn't think about that one, did you, you fool? Okay, so he's got 2,590 men, but of course 782 of those are my men. fuck. We could start, like, sowing dissent, but how old's our guy? 43, and he's stressed and fat and frail. So this guy is one flight of stairs away from dropping down dead. Borrow the money from the Jewish merchants. Temple vassal opinion -10. Don't do that. Borrow the money from the moneylenders. Temple vassal opinion -3, and we lose 50 prestige. This is more expensive to pay back, though. We do have to bear that in mind, that this is 400 gold to pay back rather than the 350 gold that the Jewish moneylenders are. You're probably thinking, that's not a big deal. It is when you're only making 4.68 gold per month. So, and, you know, we don't have access to some of the other feudal-related events that can give us a load of dollary dues. 2 tiers? Alright, here's the plan. We're going to go butt wild on this one because this is our all-in play right here. If we can become a duke with our first character, that would be fantastic. So, you ride in the mount market. We're going to buy ourselves a horse. We're going to buy only one of the best horses. Buy a fucking war charger. We can buy a Frankish charger. A strong Frankish charger. Look at that. Wow, 600 gold. That's more money than we've ever seen. I'm doing it. Give me my Frankish charger. Let's take a look. I'm gonna, you know what, people at home, we need a name for our horse. Right now, I'm gonna call him Frank. We're gonna Frank the Frankish Charger. I want a better name than Frank because Frank is garbage. Whatever the top comment is, write horse in your comments so I know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a load of call him Stephen, and I'll be honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. So make sure you remind me that it's for the horse. And then I like his Ugg boots. Then. Oh my, this is why I buy these horses, right? Because they are very, very powerful. They're extremely expensive. You have to hire a stable master. You have to buy equipment for them. You have to buy horseshoes and saddles and all sorts of things. They are an insane money sink. But the bonuses you get, particularly as a little guy, we are, well, obviously not a little guy, but as a small ruler, no, as a, as a returned gentleman, we do need all the help we can get getting around the battlefield. That's the point I was going to make. Employ a stable master. Fucking hell. Do it. Spend all the money on the horses. What have I done? Oh, God. Well, how much we paying? Fuck. General opinion -10, prestige -1, local build cost modifier plus 200%, and we have to pay back roughly 1,400 gold? That's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about it. Right, now we go to the mount market, and I'm going to go, let's buy some armor. Let's buy some unique armor. Frankish horse armor. Boom. Fuck. I need to... No, don't fall for this. There is one thing I do want to buy. Okay, then I'm going to stop. Oh, God, which one is it? Do I buy the horseshoes? Is it the horseshoes that make them run faster? You'd assume so. God, I hope this works. No, it wasn't the horseshoes. It must be the saddle. Oh, fuck my money. Oh, the mount equipment. Saddle? Was it the saddle? Please. Please, brother. Movement speed -5. No. 5%+5%. Oh, that counts out the horse armor. Shit. Oh, well. General opinion +2. Personal combat skill +13. Done. Is that us or the horse? That is definitely your boy, Shahitel of Balanzona. Okay, this has gone very weird compared to the last episode, the cancelled episode, I should say. Right, okay, we've got Frank the Charger. We've got Frank the Charger's Frankish horse charger armor, horse armor. We've got the magnificent saddle for Frank the Magnificent Horse. With the bones of St. Peter. I have the power, He-Man, let's fucking do it. Okay, give me some mercenaries, boy. Total strength. We don't need to hire the Romans this time. That's a little bit overkill. How many men to go again? Like 2,300? 2,500, but obviously minus our 700 roughly. It's not quite how it works. You know what? The Pope's feeling brave. No, I'm not the Pope. The priest is feeling brave. Give me the Lithuanians. Oh, God, no, maybe not. Give me the... it's because their troop count is bad, not because they're Lithuanian. Give me the Sardinians. Oh, they're also... Yeah, give me the Sardinians. They'll help out. Frank, take the center, my boy. No, lower your levies. You declare war, then you raise your levies. Sorry, I've only got roughly 4,000 hours in this game. It's hard to remember that type of thing. What do you mean? Raised army levies? Right, lower your army levies. Like I said, sorry, again, lack of practice. Declare war. Independence Day, boys. Raise the levies. Merge the levies. No, don't do that. Merge the levies. Shahitel on the center. That's brave. Oh, fuck. It actually isn't a bad idea, though. Narrow flank plus 50%. That doesn't mean put him on a flank, by the way. Right, let's do that. Let's do that. Pope, stay at home. Priest, stay at home. Worry about this later. Kill off some of his armies. Oh, they are at high morale, though. That might have been a mistake. Luckily, we got away with it, despite my meddling kids. All right. Right. Okay, so we do outnumber him. He just hired a load of troops. No. Don't you dare. 15th of February. That is a risky battle. That is a risky battle, and I hate it. Am I gonna do that? No. I am too much of a coward. Give me the 1,000 spears. Cornelio, we need to work on your grammar there, my friend. Do that. That'll shut him up. This will be it. 60% chance for a poor theological article. 30% chance of a theological article. 10% chance of a theological article written by a theological fella. Do it. Oh no. Reinforce. Spears. Round piece. You fucker. You're next to be speared. Oh god. There go some of our... Thank you. Oh my god. You could not have debased the mints at a better time, my fella. Hold. Steady. Reinforce. Thank you, Jar Jar. Stop. Okay, stay here. Let them move a lock. South. Okay. Go quick, because we can't afford these mercenaries for long. Kill them all. Shit, no, we are not killing them all. We killed them all. He's actually done it, the madman. Okay, chase him down, chase him down, chase him down. Kill the troops now. Round piece was enforced. How fucking fast did that round piece come in? No, brother. This is a joke. Do you know how much money I spent? How much in debt are we? 4 times 300, 4 times 400. It's 4, 8, 12, 16, roughly. 1,600 gold, roughly. 4 times 400 is 1,600 gold. You just fucking wasted my... You're... Offer to join war. Can I join on the side of the Basilius? To antagonize him. You are dead. You are dead to me. Thinner wallet, but a thicker soul. No. No. Thinner wallet, but a thicker waistline, because you are going to die before we can press this fucking claim at this rate. Kind, diplomacy and stewardship. Tortured a witch, found a witch. Someone so beautiful, must be a witch. Release her. We're kind. Upkeep your... Oh my god, another 20 gold for bloody feeding our fucking horse. 20 gold? We built a herb garden for that yesterday. What the hell is it eating? Well, herbs, obviously. Okay, fine. Am I going to have to put some money aside as well to obviously shovel up these mountainous shits that we're spending? That's a kingdom's gold right there. I didn't realize we were feeding a fucking rancor, fella. Francor. Okay, I'm done. It's 4 in the morning. I'm not sitting here in my disappointment, naming my damn horse in sadness. The horse that bankrupted a nation. Thank you to the insane top tier level patrons, not bankrupting the nation of me. Thank you to Alchemy, Anthony Gawley, Sunicoto, Moses, Average Gamer 419, Bacon Kitten, Bellic Strombo, Ben Hoffman, Bootsgetter, Chesty, Croesus, Chris, Cyric 313, Derek DKO, Donald Forgood Vasquez, Gogolus, Grimwolf, Gwen S, Harik, Harry McGowan, Huey Longdong, Iguana Squad, James Shea, Jonah Waters, Justin Wallace, Kenny Carter, Limpy George, Michael Mullen, Norstrus, Necrophilan, Odie, Palvis Presley, Peyton Denisar, Paul, Rodin, Saraby, Scott, Scan, Slippinip, Somnus, Shea, The One Ring, Tom Terry 18, Tyler Kendall, Tyler McClam, Vacuous Bacchus, Varagon, Valadradine, and William Green for their support the insane tier levels on Patreon. Big shout out to these guys. Thank you for making the channel possible in the first place. Rather foolishly, I left open every CK2 event for reasons. And now I have to close them all off before I can get access to the Patreon list, which is also on Notepad++. This is how professional I've got to, because I did use Windows Sticky Notes so I could automatically sync the Patreon list up to the cloud, and then they weren't able to display on my screen. So, big shout out to Bill Gates there. My man Bill. He's not a patron, I just thought I'd... Thank you to the 15 random patrons of the day. That's also why I use Notepad++. Thank you to Artem, Yorkers, Llewellyn Thomas, Bwen Gunn, Emerald Beam, Talar, Gaz, Panther Pearl, William Healy, Gothamo, Pansamu, Olivia Kaiser, Silkworm, and Organised Confusion for their support over at Patreon as well. Thank you to you at home. Yes, you, sat right there. Frank the Horse,